everybody, I'm Drew with Mobility Scooters Direct, and today I'm going to be showing you how to unbox and set up the Pride Mobility Jazzy Select power wheelchair. So this is how it comes. You're going to have a rather big heavy box as such. I would suggest having two people to set up the power chair. It's a little bit heavy and some of the parts are a little bit not so manageable, if you will. But what we have here is the base inside this large box and the seat in the smaller box. So this is how it's going to come. It's going to come on a pallet. Off the pallet, this is how it's going to be. You're going to take off the top of the box. And we're going to remove the styrofoam insert. What we can do now is take out this surrounding cardboard just by lifting straight up. Move that and get that off the side. So once you took off the additional piece of cardboard here, of course you're going to have more packaging to take out. This here is your joystick, so you want to be careful with this. You can take this and set it off to the side. I would leave it inside there just to keep it protected. Next is the base, and this is why I do recommend two people. There's a lip, and it's not going to be easy to roll this off, and you don't want to hurt yourself or damage the power wheelchair, so it's going to require two people. So we're going to go ahead and lift this off. I'm going to do it by myself, but I do recommend two people to lift this up. Okay, so here's the user manual. It's going to have some zip ties, and that's going to be for the cabling of the joystick. And we're going to want to go ahead and take off the plastic wrap. At this point, I can go ahead and open up the seat, and this was particularly ordered for a customer of ours. You can get it with a high back captain seat or a medium back comfort seat. I believe this is the comfort seat. Just be careful not to contents inside. Just try to nick the tape and then break the rest of it. Alright, so here's the headrest. Get everything unpacked here and see what we got. Now let's see what we have in these boxes here. These are the brackets for the armrest. And assuming the other box is going to be the actual armrest themselves. My assumption is correct. Okay. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to put on the seat first. This is the receiver. At the bottom of the seat there's a divot, if you will, and you're going to slide and insert into that hole. These are the channels for the seat rotation, so you can go from left to right, right to left. I'm going to unpack this. So I've placed the plastic on the floor so that I can, protect the seat of the frame of the floor. But this is our divot, as I was telling you about. It has a little protective sleeve over it. You just take that off. This is going to go into the receiver. So again, you should use 2 people to do this, but you're going to put this in here. You don't have to worry about the bar. Just turn it until it locks into position. And then you can grab the handle and make sure that it locks in for every rotation. So it goes all the way to the left, and it goes all the way to the right. Next, we're going to put up the seat back. Lift up on the handle, pull back on the seat. Now we can install the headrest. Very simple to put the headrest in. You're going to find that there's a set screw. So you're going to go back to your user manual where you'll find that Allen key for the set screw. That is right here. And this is going to be one of a few set screws that we're going to adjust. One is going to be for the headrest, and 2 of them are going to be for the armrests. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the headrest into the receiver. Just put that in. We're going to tighten this up nice and snug. There you go. Okay. Next, what we want to do here is we want to install the armrest receivers onto the chair. Now, on the left and the right, you're going to see a receiver, and of course you would put the bracket. Okay? The tension for the set screw is located right here. So what I'm going to do is tighten up the armrest receiver so that's nice and tight. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. Now you set it to your desired width. It's all personal preference. Now I'm going to put the armrest pads on. One for the left, one for the right. Your average user has it about 1.5 to 2 inches up from its original state. So tighten this one up, same thing. And we'll do the same thing for the other side. Now you don't need to over tighten them to the point where you're stripping the screw, but you want it tight enough so where there's no play at all. Because over time, these will loosen up and you will have to tighten them up. So it's important that you don't lose your Allen key. Keep it with the user manual and you'll be all set. So tighten it up. Remember, not too tight, but tight enough that it does not wiggle. It does not. Now what we're going to want to do is turn the seat. And to turn the seat, what we do is you grab this lever here and we push forward towards the seat. That's going to allow us to swivel the seat. Okay? Actually, I'm going to go back. I'm going to turn that seat one more time. And there's one important thing that we need to do. We need to plug in the batteries. So the batteries come already in the unit. You just lift off the cover. There's no tricks. It's held on by a couple industrial Velcro. As you can see, you have a white and black connector and a white and black connector. There's one on each side. So what we're going to do is plug in the connector on the left side first. And just plug it in and push them together. As you can see, they're connected securely. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So grab the battery harness and plug the cable and push it together. Now we can put on the shrouder battery cover. Just like so. Now we're going to go ahead and turn the seat. Okay, so we almost have the power chair assembled. We just really need to install the joystick. And let's go back to our last piece of styrofoam insert. Grab our joystick. Our user is going to be right-handed. And we're going to need that Allen key to tighten up the joystick. And it's going to go inside the armrest with the set screw right here. So we're going to have to loosen this slightly. Just a couple turns. Slide the bracket into the receiver. And you want to make sure that you have your desired angle correct before tightening it. Our user uses the joystick straight up. And just give it tight so it's nice and snug. Put away your Allen key. Now we can go ahead and take off the packaging that is around the joystick. And we are going to plug this in to a wire harness that is at the bottom of the chair. This wire harness is located right here. And right on the cover itself, it says cable exit. If you ever have to get in here for any reason, what this is, it's the brains to your power chair. Okay. Now what we want to do to route the cable properly is we want to zip tie into the pre-drilled slots, making sure that the cable is not too tight so that you can open and close the armrest up and down. So I've had to grab some other zip ties. The zip ties that came with the user manual were too big to fit through the slots here on the armrest. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is get the zip tie ready. I'm going to pull this back. Just like so. I'm going to do that on both of these. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the zip ties in. I don't like to do anything too tight right away, but I just want to make sure that it's going to fit, and it is. Okay. So what we're going to do is tighten this up, just like so. Okay, so there's a trick here. If you pre-bend this and use zip tie, just like so, this will come out perfect every single time. Just a little trick I learned of the trade. So if you just make sure that you got enough room to come to the very back of the armrest and bend it down, you'll be able to open and close the armrest in your first shot. Just like so, without creating an impingement. Cable routing 101. I would suggest that you use a pair of scissors instead of using a box cutter to cut the zip ties. You don't want to cut yourself. So what we need to do is continue to route the cable so that there's no obstruction. So I'm going to go ahead and secure one more here. I like to follow the inside. And I'm going to put one more zip tie at the very back to make sure that that does not come undone. Okay. Now I'm just going to go ahead and just give it a quick test, turn it on, make sure it functions. As a Pride always does, right out of the box. Ready to go. So you have your user manual, and of course here is your seatbelt. Comes standard with a 60-inch seatbelt. Upgrades are available. Again, you probably want to use scissors to do this. I've been doing this a while, so. All right, well, we've successfully set up the Jazzy Power Wheelchair. All it required was a little muscle. I recommend 2 people and an Allen key. It's very simple. It's an awesome machine. Now we're going to go ahead and do a review video on this product after I've taken it out for a test drive.